So what we're doing here, something kind of interesting to show. We're gonna load here at the farm. This trailer has 3 hoppers. There's 1, 2, and then there's a third one, which is a real small one. It's about maybe from here to the back. Probably holds maybe, maybe 200, 300 bushels, something like that. That's a dangerous thing. Climbing up on that thing in the snow. Bad enough hopping up and down this thing. I hope the trash truck isn't going to try to get to this. That's going to be tight. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Bad timing. Sorry about that. Bad timing. I'm in the way. Yeah, at least it's on wheels and rolling around. Make sure this guy doesn't mind being on YouTube. You don't mind being on YouTube, do you?
No.
All right. Do you want to go through the whole thing? Or?
Go through the whole thing.
Okay, load it high.
Pretty full.
All right. Okay. We're just gonna load this up and then it'll sit for the weekend, deliver it Monday. Okay. Talk to you guys in a little bit. See. So that's getting pretty full. I mean, it's not full, but you gotta watch your weight, so. So what I'll do is I'm gonna move ahead a little bit. I'm gonna let it fill up right against that bulkhead there for the second hopper, and then I'll fill that one up. So how you judge this is on your load suspension gauge here. So this is at 50. So that's right about where you want it to be on the tandems on the truck. So move it ahead a little bit, and the objective is to get about 60 to 70 on your gauge here, on here and on the trailer. So if you have 60,000 pounds on both, that means your load's about 60. You got about 60,000 pounds of grain, which would put us at 91. So we can haul heavy now up until up to around 103, 104 ish. Because of the extended permit. So so we're going to go up to around 70 here and a little bit more on the trailer, and that'll give us actually the idea would be to have about 75 on the trailer and about right around 68 or so on the truck. Doesn't always work out to be that way, but you try. So while I'm sitting here, I'll go through some of these gauges here. I know for truck drivers this would be boring, but for people that don't know about trucks, so you have the volts gauge, which is, most people understand what that is. That's how much voltage is being put out into the batteries. Coolant, which is your engine temp, oil pressure, tachometer. This here is a message board. I've had let me get this steering wheel out. I've had this ABS trailer thing on. There's a sensor in the trailer that I just haven't replaced. Speedometer, fuel. These are the your air pressure gauges for the tanks. The front, well, this would be the left tank and the right tank. For the air tanks for your brakes. Light switches down here. Hazards. This is the dim switch for the panel. Oil temp. Manifold pressure. That is the pressure that's being put, well, on the manifold from the engine. So like when you're pulling a hill, not really even a hill, when you're loaded and you begin to pull, this will go up. Trailer air supply, that's the air that's in the trailer tanks. There's tanks on the trailer, so that shows how much pressure is in those tanks. Fuel filter, if your fuel filter's getting clogged, this will go up. Sometimes in the cold weather too, this will spike because it may gel a little bit in the filter, and the filter starts to suck a little bit harder. No pun intended. This is the low suspension I was talking about earlier. Trans temp. Don't really have to worry too much about that up here. I mean, that's more in really a warm climate. That would be more something that you have to be worried about. Rear axle temperature is the temperature in the pumpkin there. That for the rear axle on the front and the back. That's the front. Amps, just another electrical gauge to show you. This is your brake applier. In other words, how much pressure when you step on the pedal. This will go up to show how much pressure is actually going into the brakes, into the chambers to push your air brakes on. And that's the air filter. It gives you an idea if your air filter is getting clogged. And this is radio. Everybody understands this. Heat, air condition, blowers, cruise, and just a bunch of spares here. And he's going to have me move up.
I just got to look in the back.
Okay. So that's about it. This here, I have my iPad that I stick on here. I use that for navigation, my phone. CB radio, yeah, we still use them. So that's about it, really. In fact, we use that radio a lot because channel 19 is the road channel. That's the channel you put it on if you're on the road. Everybody uses that. But we use it when we pull into the mill in Drayton on channel 20 to communicate with the probe shack to tell them what we have on, and they tell us where to go. So it's actually a very vital piece of equipment. I even have a handheld one I keep under the back here, so in case this one doesn't work, which happens sometimes, the mic goes bad or whatever. And then you have the sleeper. The sleeper's just a little sleeper in here, but it's a nice, comfortable little sleeper. I could sleep in there just fine. So that's about it for Reasonville. Alright, I'm going to check this, make sure everything's going right. Let's see. Okay, let's make sure that it's going in the third hopper and not on the ground, right? So this should be about 73,000 pounds of wheat once we're done. Roughly. So we'll gross about 103, 104. Which is a tad heavy, but it's legal-ish. Probably shouldn't be saying that. No, it is. It's legal. Just it'll probably be maybe 1,000 pounds over, roughly. Which is pretty much, they give you that leeway anyway. I'll tell you when. I'll let you know when. So it's just about perfect. 70. We'll check the trailer, but should be just about right on 70, and maybe a little bit more in the trailer. Okay guys,